Do y'all see this? This is Aurora and little baby Ariella getting the mail, checking the mail. But that ain't the kicker. This was during the COVID. Yes, during the COVID. Kody and Robyn, who was so concerned about their children catching the COVID, they sent them outside to check the mail. Now, shout out to the fan who posted this to social media, Robyn and Cody hypocrisy. During the COVID episodes, Rocco wants to protect the family at any cost. Okay, so why are they sending 2 little kids to get the mail? Good point. Another point I made in a previous video, which clearly flew over some people's head like, I should have expected, was when I pointed out, I said, why didn't they get vaccinated? I was being damn sarcastic, okay? I did not get vaccinated, and I'm gonna go ahead and say it right here, okay? Since we have a right to our opinions, okay? I never got vaccinated because I never believed in the COVID. There you go. There's that. But Kody and Robyn wanted to make a big fuss about the COVID. They're the ones that made the big fuss about the COVID, were they not? Remember, he's like, I was on my deathbed. I was blah, blah. Okay. Well, they're the one making the big fuss, yet they're the ones that chose not to get vaccinated. My whole point is proving them out to be liars. They never believed in the COVID. They just used it as a lie, as an excuse to keep the family apart. That was my whole point that so many people did not get. So I had to clarify because don't want anybody to get me twisted. Okay? By the way, can I get a like and share and a subscribe if you're new here? Thank you. And we're going to go deeper into this discussion because I'm just going to keep pointing it out, okay? The people that believed in the COVID, they were the ones that got vaccinated. The people that followed the CDC rules and guidelines like Kody and Robyn, they're the ones that got vaccinated. But Kody and Robyn didn't get vaccinated because they didn't believe in the CDC rules or guidelines. They just used it as an excuse to keep the family apart. Whew, truth bomb. That was not a bomb sound, but whatever. You get it. So many fans took to the comments section of the COVID post, and yet, where was he, Kody, when an entire portion of his family got COVID? Nowhere to be seen. He is absolute scum of the earth. His COVID was more COVID than their experience with having COVID. He had a 99.8 fever. He was knocking on death's door. Of course, he was nowhere to be seen. He was clinging to dear life on the verge of death. You wouldn't understand unless you also get a fever this incredibly high someday. Sarcasm. How did they keep from laughing in his face? I thought Janelle would roll her eyes into the next state. I think she did. If I recall correctly, she was traveling with Christine at the time, refused to come back to play nursemaid servant. He was so pissed, which is rich considering he didn't help Janelle or Christine when they needed him for medical stuff, COVID, Isabel. Good point. They are so used to this ridiculousness that comes out of his mouth that I don't think much phases them. Although I'm sure they are internally rolling their eyes. Drama queen, looking for attention, putting on a show for the cameras as usual. That is not a fever. Right, literally screamed at the TV when I saw it. I had 105.3 fever plus, well, good Lord, that's a lot. Fever responded well quickly to Tylenol and ibuprofen. Okay. 99.8, actually terrifying. That poor man. God must have really had a plan for him if he survived that. Imagine if he had to endure menopause. Oh, my Lord. So many of us women who have went through childbirth and experienced childbirth, especially, by the way, shout out to those of you who are like me and experienced childbirth naturally and had good size, healthy baby. Okay? How many of us out there, raise your hand, how many of us out there, when some of these men complain and stuff, we are over here looking like, Lord help if you had to have a child. Anyway, I like physically birth a child. You know, that's supposed to be funny and entertaining. You're supposed to laugh. Now, here's a funny thought. What if that was a rectal thermometer? It officially is, since it's in Cody's mouth. Now, that was hilarious. And the fool that had the nerve to ask Janelle to end her trip to Christine to bring him meds, he is so gross. Could you imagine if your partner who refused to get vaccinated showing you his elevated temperature, not a fever, for pity? I'd laugh my ass off. Janelle, who got the vaccine, was like, it's like a cold, no big deal. Did Janelle get the vaccine? Did any of them get the vaccine? He wasn't there for his daughter during and after her surgery and expects sympathy for the flu. Child, this wasn't even a flu. He probably just rubbed his head. Don't even get me started. That made me laugh so hard. They didn't even want to see my early term newborn until 100.4. LOL, like, if I got this temp, I'd know I was getting sick because I run low, but near-death experience, crying in the fetal position. The third screenshot kills me. I went to school as a third grader with a higher temperature and didn't complain as much as he did. Y'all, I'm cracking all the way up. Let me know what you think about Cody and his near-death COVID experience. I'm just curious to know what you think about all of it, including the vaccination of it all and how they went so hard on everybody in this family. You better follow the rules. Yeah, we didn't hear or see them get vaccinated. Interesting. Don't forget to like and share. Subscribe if you haven't already. I love you for watching. I'll see you in my next video or in the comments below.